All right, and ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching, make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel. It costs you nothing. And most importantly, share it with your friends and family. Share it with your enemies. Share it with everyone.
Well, that'll go over well. Yeah, share it with your enemy. Well, there's something I'd really like to share with my enemies. I'm not sure it's really going to be, this show, right? I mean, because the problem is, remember,
you might want to troll people, though. I mean,
wait a minute. You know the problem. The problem is when a Democrat, or excuse me, when an autocrat doesn't like something, they don't turn the channel. They want to ban it.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a difference. So I don't want to be banned, please. Look, we've got enough community strikes against us. Thank you, Ericka. So,
it's my fault. It's totally my fault.
So I want to go back to the convention. First of all, and if you're listening, thank you. Please come back again. What a wonderful guest to have.
And shock it.
But I want to go back to the convention. And every once in a while, you hear things on TV that you go, these people have clearly had a break with reality. Right? I mean, it's one thing we can disagree on things, but did you watch the reaction after MSNBC, who, by the way, was not at the convention, but they did a backdrop to make people think they were at the convention, right? In the Chiron, they said, broadcasting from New York. I mean, come on, really, kiss my. Oh, we're not after hours.
Amazing.
But in any event,
that's amazing.
But sometimes you just listen to them and you go, these people clearly have a break with reality. So I don't know if you heard this, but a couple of things. So obviously the first one is J.D. Vance, who, by the way, you heard it here first. My premonition is, and I do have premonitions, J.D. Vance will be president after Trump. You heard it here. It's July 23rd, 2024 at 7:51 p.m. J.D. Vance will be president after Trump. And it's not because I want him to be. It's just, you sometimes just wake up and go, it was just sort of a message.
He's got it. He's got it. So. And he's got the background to build a coalition.
Right. But they're going after J.D. Vance as a white nationalist, which I don't understand. Favorite. How do you, it's like they're throwing up against the wall and hoping it sticks. The guy has married a woman of Indian ancestry.
It doesn't matter.
Who is a woman of color. Right. And yet he's a white nationalist. Of course, look, she must be. So, by the way, if someone who is black either marries someone white or sort of subscribes to the white nationalist view, they're an Uncle Tom. If someone who's of Indian descent, they're not an Uncle Tom. What are they?
They have internalized the white supremacy.
Oh, jeez.
Robert, that is literally, I'm not joking. That's what people said about Benjamin when I ran for Congress. That he couldn't possibly be that he had an influence on making me more conservative. It must be that he's dim-witted and incapable of thinking for himself, and me, the overpowering evil white lady, brainwashed him.
I got it.
He internalized the white supremacy.
And
remember, Robert, you're not white either. You're also white. Remember?
No. I self-identify as a black. Wait. We've been clear on this. I identify as one of two things. Lord Benjamin, get my picture ready. I identify as a Minotaur. Where's my picture? Come on, pull it up.
All right.
I identify as a Minotaur. Let's see how quick. There it is. Robert is now identifying as a Minotaur. Right. I'm just glad that I didn't identify as like Batman, when I was 7 and they did a sex change, to put on the wings or something. But
luckily we don't have a picture of you as a black lesbian woman.
Well, but that was my other self-identification because I want the reparations money that San Francisco's handing out. Right. Come on. Why should they have all the fun?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So he's working on through AI. That's pretty funny. But here's the other thing. And then you have Joy Reid, who has the
most racist person on television,
to come out and say, well, Joe Biden getting COVID and recovering from COVID is like Donald Trump recovering from a bullet, getting shot. I swear. Wait, you want me to read it to you? I can read it to you.
What?
So here's what she said. Joy Reid said when Trump was shot at the rally, said, this current president of the United States is 81 years old and has COVID and should be fine, right? So if he does fine and comes out of it and comes back and is able to do rallies, isn't that the exact same thing as Donald Trump recovering from getting shot? Lord is my witness. I mean, you have to go. These people are having a break with reality. Like we should get Dr. Lori Feynman back on here because she's trained in this. But to me, that's a psychotic break with reality.
I don't even understand. How can you even that dude can't make it to the refrigerator to get himself a frosty beverage and back safely.
How do you know that?
Because we watch him go like this.
Yeah, don't you love the shuffling feet thing?
Bro, I mean, like anybody who has any family member who has gone through cognitive decline knows exactly what that looks like.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Answer me this. Okay, so people are going through the whole resignation letter, and nobody's actually talked to him or heard from him in 5 days. And the signature on the resignation letter has an underline, but his signature never has an underline normally. Well,
he's giving a speech on Wednesday evening. He's not attending, obviously. Foreign head of state Benjamin Netanyahu landed. There was no vice president out there. And by the way, Vice President Kamala Harris is going to a sorority fundraiser, I think it's in Indiana, rather than show respect to the president of an ally who is coming here to address a joint session of Congress.
Oh, yeah. If you care anything at all about Israel, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot vote for Kamala Harris.
But I want to go back to these psychotic breaks on MSNBC because you can't believe it. So Michael Steele, who, by the way, was he served as the RNC chair once upon a time. And you got to wonder, how they installed him in. So he wanted to know, was Trump actually shot? And here's what he said in his own words.
Oh, my God.
Well, if he was shot by a high caliber bullet, there should probably be very little of his ear there. And so we'd like to know that. Is there cosmetic surgery involved? What is the prognosis for recovery? Were there stitches? What is the extent and nature of damages to his ear? Was it caused by a bullet as opposed to, as some report, some saying, wait, you ready for it? Some were saying it was actually caused by shards of the glass from the teleprompter. What does
it matter? People were shooting at him. What does it matter? But also, it just goes to prove that these people do not understand guns, calibers, bullets, clips versus magazines, so on and so forth. An AR isn't a high caliber bullet. It doesn't shoot a high caliber bullet. What do you think? He's up there with like a 50 cal shooting or something? Oh my God.
Yeah, I got it. That's Ericka on a rant. Come back into the screen because you look lovely today.
Plus, if it was a hollow point versus a full metal jacket, that also reacts differently. These people are morons.
That reminds me of a scene from Bill Murray in Stripes. Morons, But sorry, had to go there. But my last example of psychotic break with reality, and I'm surprised you missed this. Rachel Maddow, right? The madam, right? The madam of MSNBC, or the MSNBC madam. No, we're not talking about prostitution, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I want the hate mail. Basically said that anyone that liking the Lord of the Rings is racist.
Oh my God.
Come on. These people, you just sit there and go, they must be having a psychotic break with reality.
Christian nationalists.
So, it's exactly what she said. She said the following. Well, Lord of the Rings is sort of a sort of favorite cosmos for naming things and cultural references for a lot of far-right and alt-right figures, both in Europe and the United States. Peter Thiel names all these things after Tolkien figures in places like his company Palantir, for example.
So it must be.
So anyone who likes it is a far-right. So if you like the Lord of the... So why can't we just like fantasy literature? So I guess is Dune, if you ever followed the Dune books, are they also alt-right? Because they're all about,
the Lord of the Rings, J.R.R. Tolkien is a Christian, was a Christian.
Hardcore.
There is Christian the themology. Is that even a word?
themology or theology, either
whatever.
one.
You get what I'm saying. Like there are Christian themes throughout the movie. So I guess if you want to, you could try to say that because he was a Christian, but I don't even know. Like I didn't know that J.R. Tolkien was a Christian until I became a Christian.
Wait a minute. So was C.S. Lewis. So Narnia and all those books. The Witch, the Wardrobe, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, whatever that. But wait a minute. The issue I have is these are lead broadcasters and journalists on a main cable network. And look, I'm not trying to pump up CNN, who was at least more pragmatic. You could tell they hated it.
Believe it.
But these are like psychotic breaks with reality.
They're lathering themselves up, making things up to be upset about. It's like there's so little to be upset about because it's so reasonable and rational, and the majority of people agree with it, that they have to try to drum up conspiracy.
Makes me crazy. So shifting topics, because where's the outrage for the day?
Oh.
So remember the governor of New Mexico tried to do that gun grab a while back, and we called her out on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the mayor,
she called it like an emergency or something.
Of course. Exactly. Yeah. Go get the guns. I believe you can pry them from my cold, dead hands is the right expression. But so the mayor of Albuquerque, he's Democrat, of course. And by the way, and they call him a Democratic mayor. You really should, again, use the word autocrat or Democrat, but it's not democratic. And that's why people think, oh, the Democratic Party must be Democratic because it's part of their name. Not. But in any event, so Tim Keller appoints a equity trainer in Albuquerque whose name is Zamil Sahab from Raced, RACED Consulting. Ladies and gentlemen, look up RACED Consulting. And here's what I can't even read it. Zamil Sahab has to say he is a genderqueer first-generation American and post 9/11 veteran who said being first generation and being black and being queer, and then going to what I believe is the home of white supremacy and patriarchy, the military, right? So there we go again, right? Home of white supremacy. Because society not only teaches that black bodies are worth less than white bodies, and then to be a woman, because I guess the guy, transgendered into a woman, I guess. So to deal with these intersectionalities of white supremacy, of the white supremacy construct, it was, for a period of time, I thought I was nuts. This is the people who are training the public officials to have sensitivity to white supremacy in Albuquerque. So just when you think like the pendulum is crested the other way, you get stories like this going, we are not out of the woods yet, Ericka.
Yeah. No, it is so true. And it's, I think what Morgan Freeman said was so apt. He said, we need to just stop talking about race. I'm a woman. So of course my solution to everything is let's talk about it. But
I don't want to talk.
Yeah, maybe in this case, that should not be what we do. But before we run out of time, it looks like Lord Redic worked on that AI for us.
Let me see.
And I saw it for a second there. We got. Is it getting loaded? Okay. Okay. Yep. So.
What? Oh, please! Is that this person? Really?
No. That is Robert as a black.
That's Robert as a black lesbian
woman.
Wow, I love it. Lord Benjamin. Okay, I want a copy of that picture. That this is Robert as a black lesbian. Come on.
Wait. Okay, hold on. If you are a podcast.
Wow.
If you are a podcast or radio listener, I implore you.
If you publicize that picture, there's going to be a hit put out on you. I'm just telling you.
Go to Of the People and check out YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, Instagram.
The only thing missing in this picture is I want you to place me in San Francisco in the line where I'm receiving the reparations money.
Oh, I love it. I feel like we should have saved this for after hours. Oh, you guys got a treat. You guys got a treat today. Okay. So in closing, Robert, who is going to be the next Democratic nominee?
The Democrat nominee.
Convention.
You need to change your verbiage.
The autocrat.
It's not a Democratic nominee. It's either Democrat or, more correctly, autocrat nominee.
The autocratic nominee.
Who's going to be what?
The autocratic nominee at the Democratic Party convention.
No, the autocrat nominee. There's no ick on the end. But look, Party. Kamala Harris already has secured the delegates. She's the nominee. The question is who's the VP, and I hear it's coming down to either Governor Shapiro in Pennsylvania or Governor Cooper in North Carolina. That those two are on the short list, but the nomination is hers. Yeah. So it will be Trump versus Harris, and my guess is it's going to be Governor Shapiro of Pennsylvania, because they are hemorrhaging the Jewish vote based on their position on Israel and Hamas, and they're hemorrhaging the Jewish vote, and they're hemorrhaging the Jewish money, right? Who everybody's pulling back on this. So they think, again, they are, rather than try to transcend racial politics and racial identity, they're going for it. They're going to say we have a black woman and a Jew on the ticket, even though she is not African American, right? And I think they're playing racial politics. So I think it's Governor Shapiro. I could be wrong. I don't claim inside knowledge.
You'll hear it here, ladies and gentlemen. Stick with us for we're going to do a little after hours today, yeah? No?
Yeah, I don't think so today.
Not today? All right. No after hours for you suckers today. So you'll have to come back next week and see what we've got to say. In the meantime, make sure you like this video, share it with your friends and enemies, because, hey, hate viewership still counts towards the algorithm, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll check you next week.
The haters don't have the guts to come on this show or to leave comments, because in a battle of wits, they are unarmed.
And that is our show, ladies.